Another early start this morning. I was going to go up to Gary's. I think Wombi's coming up tomorrow, so I'm going to head up through Sheridan Flats. Probably go down and anchor off Woody Island. I'll get through the shallow bit though, and we've got the tide with us for another hour and 3/4, so we might just do it pretty well getting up through past Sheridan Flat. Bit of wind this morning. It's out of the west, which is not great for being around here, but in the Sandy Strait we can bear that okay, and yeah, pretty pleasant in calm water here. Good night last night. We're just coming up to Sheridan Flat now. This is where the tides meet in the Sandy Strait. They flow in from the Wide Bay Bar and also from Hervey Bay, and they flow in from both entrances and meet in the middle. So the tide's been coming in, it meets at Sheridan Flat. We've reached high tide about half an hour ago. Now the tide's going out. So once I'm pushing a little bit of tide at the moment. We're down to 3.6, so the tide's running back out towards the Wide Bay Bar. But once I get over this shallow section, Sheridan Flat, then we'll have the outgoing tide taking us up into Hervey Bay. So if you do this right, you shouldn't push too much tide at all. If you can time it so that you get to Sheridan Flat right on high tide, you'll get a lift on the way in and a lift on the way out. Always pick up a bit of speed. I've made it about half an hour too late. But anyway, another 10 or 15 minutes we'll be over Sheridan Flat, and we'll be getting a nice little lift as the tide helps us out into Hervey Bay. Bit cold though. I've got my Ugg boots on this morning. Well, it's been pretty cool today, but the sun's out and it makes it a lot nicer. We're just heading to Duck Island up here. We'll go around that, and then off to the left you can see Little Woody. I'm going to climb under Little Woody Island tonight. I know a little anchorage there. I'll drop the pick and that'll get us out of this bit of westerly that's blowing. So it's been a good trip through the Narrows. We've worked the tide pretty well, lost a bit at the early part, but yeah, we've been pulling 6 and 7 knots on the way under Hervey Bay with the tide. So always a good trip to do you know, with the tide. Just had a bit of lunch, and we'll have a relaxing afternoon here behind Little Woody. This is a great little spot on Woody Island. It's only really good in a westerly or light winds, but it does get you out of the westerly wind, so that's why we've anchored here today. We'll overnight here and head over to the Marina tomorrow. The thing I like about it's a good sandy beach for landing the dinghy on, and the holding's not bad either. it's a very grey day. I'm glad I've got my little diesel heater on the boat, so it makes it very cosy in the cabin here. Not the best morning for this, but we've got our anchor failed up on a bit of cable or something, so I can't lift it, so I'm going to have to go and address it. Not much of a day for doing it either. So there's the problem. It's an old bit of cable or something. I don't know how long it is, but it's been on the bottom for quite some time and we've just picked it up with the anchor. I'll try with a boat hook, but I might have to do it some other way. Well, that got the cable off. We're a bit lucky there, lucky that the winch actually got the anchor up to the boat where I could get a bit of rope around it and let the cable drop off. So we're free now and we can head off to the marina. We've just got to navigate up through this shoaly area here, so that's the path we'll take back into deeper water over here. Okay, we've fueled up in our pen a couple of nights. Next thing to do is get the heater on. It's bloody freezing. I'm just about dying here, I tell you. Oh. Got to socially distance. Very keen. Well, it's good to have Wombi and Ted back on board. We spent one extra night in the marina. Wendy had a hire car, so we went and got a few supplies. I actually ran out of gas at an opportune moment. We had to go and fill up the gas bottle. So we got that done while we had the hire car, and yeah, we just left the marina. So it's all good. We're heading back out to Woody. Probably spend a night there, then maybe up to Moon Point. The weather's beautiful today. Cold at night, but it's just a beautiful day, so really nice. We're going to go and check out the Woody Island light. A little bit of a dinghy trip and a bit of a walk up the hill. Won't hurt us. See the racks on the wall there? They used to bring your acetylene bottles in and stand them up and fix them to those racks. So the light used to be running on acetylene. Oh. of a detraction from coming up here at this time of the year are the burrs. There's thousands of them, and they're all over my shoes and shirt, but poor old Ted, he's got them everywhere, in his paws, on his face, up under his belly, so we're going to have to get him back to the boat and give him a good clean up. Poor old Ted's got burrs all up between his pads and between his toes, so this is the only way to get him down, unfortunately. Poor boy. Hard to get a good woman on the boat, but take a look at this. Where are we going, Ted? Well, this is the last resting place of Spartan, Triangle Cliff. It's a bit of a shame. She's a pretty well built ferro cement boat. How it ended up here, no one knows. She may have been in the river at Bundaberg and been washed out in one of the floods, or she may have just foundered here, who knows. Anyway, it's a bit of a shame to see a vessel that has been constructed pretty well and probably been loved by someone end up in this condition. A lot of stuff's been stripped off her, and I guess she'll be here for quite some time. The ferro cement will probably last on the beach like this a lot longer than some other forms of construction. Anyhow, not much fun to have your boat end up like this.